harassment in the workplace. This is the topic we're addressing today. It's discrimination and sexual harassment against women. We are addressing the issues that violate women in the workplace and are attempting to solve this problem. It is not easily solved. It has been an ongoing problem since Rosie the Riveter started. The effects are very devastating, and it affects many people in different ways. They lose their jobs. They lose their rights in the workplace. This misconduct causes women to not only lose money but self-respect. And this will continue on. It is an internal conflict that must be fought and resolved. It's imperative that action must be taken for harassing situations in the workplace, and that women know how to handle these situations, what to do, what agencies to contact. It remains very significant to know your rights as a woman, and if they're violated, action must be taken. What is the definition of sexual harassment, and how can this be stopped? It's unwelcome conduct on the basis of gender, and it affects a person's job. These are advances, requests for sexual favors, and other verbal and physical conduct of a sexual nature. There are two types of unlawful sexual harassment in the workplace. The first involves tangible employment action if the employee does not cooperate with supervisors who are asking for favors of this nature. The next type of harassment is referred to as hostile environment. Unwelcome conduct of supervisors, customers, vendors, anyone else who is victimized and who the employee interacts with. These advances include discussing activities, telling off-color jokes, unnecessary touching, and using indecent gestures. Employer responsibilities for preventing sexual harassment in the boss's stance, and taking action. There are regulations that help women of all races, colors, genders. What action should we participate in? Well, if you're a boss or somebody in charge, there are reasonable steps to prevent bullying and harassment. This could potentially be harmful to yourself, even after the employees have left. Bullying and harassment could have serious adverse effects on the company. It could reduce productivity. It could reduce costs, profits, loss of respect for managers, damage to the image of the business, and increased absenteeism and turnover of staff. Do not flirt with the alleged harasser. Do not invite this with your choice of clothing. Do not participate in horseplay in the workplace. Find a potential witness. Interview with a potential coworker that might be able to reiterate the details of any incidents occurring. Keep details of all incidents private, and the gossip of the misconduct can be very damaging to the reputation. Keep lines of communication open. The employer wants to know specifics, and it is important to recall any dates, times, and places of the occurrences. Never assume that the matter is settled before it truly is. Don't be discouraged by the fact that the employer takes time to act. The more information that is provided, the better. The great impact of bullying and harassment. Employers need to be aware of any legal implications of bullying in the workplace, and the results can be devastating. It's a criminal offense. The breaches of the contract are breaches of employment contract. In the environment, it's difficult to maintain trust, and anything after this type of things happen, they can potentially damage the image of the business. The employee would potentially lose their job over this. The employer was sued for sexual harassment back in 1989. It was Jack in the Box franchise Cobra Associates. They violated federal law by allowing a manager to sexually harass subordinates in Paradise, California. This employer was referring to women with derogatory terms and allowing them to touch women. They were forced to resign the company. The EEO says the company failed to take corrective action and is faced with ongoing harassment suit. This violated the Civil Rights Act of 1964. They're trying to reach a pre-litigation settlement, which includes monetary relief to prevent the recurrence of this again. The EEOC enforces federal laws prohibiting employment discrimination and harassment. For more information, contact the EEOC, and it's at eeoc.gov. So who do you talk to when a situation like this last situation occurred? If you're a victim, file a complaint with the Affirmative Action Equal Employment Opportunity Office, Room 118. You can choose to file a complaint with the following agencies: the Utah Anti-Discrimination Division in Salt Lake City, the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, the Office of Civil Rights, U.S. Department of Education. Get on a campaign to correct the situation in your neighborhood. We developed a group in multicultural diversity class to increase the awareness in the campaign to make people aware of this harassment in the workplace. There were flyers handed out to make people aware of the constant problem. Many people are aware of this subject. They're aware of it, but they're not really sure of the ramifications that can happen. If we weren't excited about this issue when we were trying to convey a message, the public wouldn't take it seriously. So we became very, very steadfast and very excited to our goal. It's important to educate the public on the ongoing issue of this unlawful discrimination. And it's against the law. It violates Civil Rights of 1964 Act, Title IX of the Education Amendments of 1972, the State of Utah Executive Order June 30th, with mandates sexual harassment awareness training. Utah University Policy number 339 forbids sexual harassment of any student, employee, or recipient of university policies. Policies establish that a complaint may be brought to the Affirmative Action Office within 180 days of the occurrence. The Affirmative Action Equal Opportunity Director should contact investigation of the complaint. An appeal may be filed and the findings are questioned by either party. The Massachusetts Commission Against Discrimination is a great place to file a formal complaint. The Office for Civil Rights is another one. To succeed in any endeavor, patience and persistence is key. One voice has a lot of power if used continuously for the desire of reaching a worthwhile goal or dream. On a personal level, committing to a societal goal or reaching the masses can really make a lot of difference. It would be imperative to write down everything that happened, dates, places, times. Possible witnesses should always be contacted and these records put in a safe place. Make sure that your complaining is in writing. It's important to request a personnel file. You have the right to see everything you ever signed. It's important to adhere to your company's policy when it comes to company standards. The union is a great mechanism to fight grievances that may arise. All of the above agencies are great methods of help. And then there's always the EEOC. If you're going to file a formal complaint, you are not alone in your fight. Thank you.